GTA 6 is coming. At least that's what people say. But everyone is going wild with so-called leaked features that we will see in the game. I don't which ones we're gonna see, but there are some features I hope we don't see at all. Starting with same old boring cops. So, why is it that nobody wants to see the same old boring cops in GTA 6? Well, for starters, I feel like they're just there. You know? Kind of like that one piece of furniture in your house that's been around forever, and you don't really notice it until you stub your toe on it. That's how I see the cops in GTA. They're part of the scenery until they suddenly jump out at you with a wanted level. And let's be real, their AI could use some work. I mean, I get it. It's a tough job programming an entire virtual city's police force. But when I'm cruising down the streets of Los Santos, I want to feel like I'm up against a worthy adversary, not just some NPCs with a badge. I think it's time for a change. We need cops in GTA 6 that are more than just an annoyance. I want to see storylines that involve them, missions that challenge us, and interactions that are memorable. I want to feel the thrill of a high-speed chase that's actually challenging, where the outcome isn't so predictable. So here's hoping that the devs are listening, and that GTA 6 will bring a fresh take on our boys in blue. Because honestly, it's about time they got an upgrade from being just another obstacle to something that truly enhances the gameplay experience. Also, phone calls. So, I've been thinking, we've all been there, right? Cruising down the streets, about to pull off an epic stunt, and then asterisk ring ring asterisk, another NPC with their endless chatter. Talk about a vibe killer. But guess what? Rockstar has been listening to us. They've realized that constant interruptions from NPC calls in GTA Online were more of a nuisance than a feature. And I'm like, finally, right? I found out that they've tweaked the frequency of these calls in recent updates, but they're not totally gone yet. However, for GTA 6, it looks like they're planning to replace phone calls with something less intrusive, like emails. That's a game changer because it means we can check them at our own pace, without breaking the flow of our gameplay. And let's be real, no one likes to be bombarded with the same info over and over. It's about time we got a multiplayer experience that's smooth and lets us enjoy the game without constant interruptions. Rockstar's move to cut down on phone calls is a big thumbs up from me. This one is, I'm damn sure, nobody wants. Always online connectivity. First off, I think we can all agree that GTA is an iconic series. It's more than just a game. It's a world where we live out our wildest fantasies. Now imagine needing a constant internet connection to play. I feel that would just be terrible. GTA has always been about freedom, right? The ability to explore, to go on adventures at your own pace, and to do it all offline if you choose. An always online requirement would take away a huge part of what makes GTA, well, GTA. Not to mention, not everyone has a stable internet connection. It's about accessibility. And I believe gaming should be inclusive for everyone, everywhere. We've all been there. Server outages, lag, you name it. These technical hiccups can really break the immersion. And let's be real, nothing's more frustrating than being kicked out of your game because your internet decided to take a quick nap. I just don't want that for GTA 6. Let's not forget the modders. The modding community breathes new life into GTA with their creativity. An always online game could severely limit or even kill this aspect of the game culture. And that would be a massive loss for all of us who love seeing the game evolve in ways we never imagined. So to wrap this up, I just think an always online requirement for GTA 6 would be a step back. It could limit the freedom, accessibility, and creativity that are the heart and soul of the GTA experience. And hey, I'm all for innovation, but not at the cost of what makes the game special to so many of us. Also, please, no future elements. First off, GTA has always been about that gritty, raw, and somewhat realistic portrayal of life on the edge. It's the chaotic charm of the streets, the rush of a high-speed chase in a stolen car, and the thrill of pulling off heists that feel just a bit too real. That's the soul of GTA. Now, imagine zipping around in a flying car high above the city. Sure, it's flashy, but doesn't it take away from the immersive experience of navigating the urban jungle? It's like you're suddenly not part of the city's heartbeat anymore. You're just a spectator from the skies, and that's not what GTA is about. And let's not forget the technical side of things. Introducing flying vehicles would mean a complete overhaul of the game's physics, mechanics, and even its world design. That's a lot of extra work for something that might just end up feeling out of place. Plus, think about the online aspect. GTA Online has already shown us that too much futuristic gear can create an unbalanced playground that feels more like a sci-fi shooter than a crime saga. We don't want GTA 6 to lose its identity and become a soulless, high-tech free-for-all. So, let's keep GTA 6 grounded. Literally. Let's stick to the roaring engines, the screeching tires, and the adrenaline-pumping action that has defined the series. After all, if it ain't broke, why fix it with a jetpack? This one might be little dividing, but can we have no multiple endings? First off, let's talk about GTA 5. Remember how it ended? 3 different ways to wrap up the story. But did it add to the experience? I think not. It felt out of place, like choosing the color of your car in a game where you can steal any car you want. The beauty of GTA is in its chaotic, unpredictable journey, not the destination. GTA games are about the journey, the rise to power, and the crazy shenanigans along the way. It's about that one story that we all experience and then sit around talking about. Hey, remember when Trevor did that crazy thing? That's what sticks with us, not which button we pressed in the final mission. Now, I'm all for player choice. It's cool to decide if you're going to play it nice or wreak havoc. But those choices should affect the journey, not arbitrarily change the ending. We play GTA to live out a story, not choose our own adventure. That's what other games are for. Non-interactive NPCs, the NPCs, or non-player characters. But what if these NPCs were just there? No interaction, no reactions, just part of the scenery. NPCs serve multiple purposes in video games. They're pivotal in driving the game's narrative, providing quests, background stories, and plot progression. They contribute to the realism and richness of the game's world, making it feel populated and dynamic. They can be allies, enemies, or neutral parties, affecting the player's strategy and approach to the game. Imagine walking down the streets of GTA 6's version of Vice City, and the NPCs around you have no reaction to your presence. You can't interact with them, they don't offer quests, and they don't add to the story. This lack of interaction would make the world feel static and lifeless. Without interactive NPCs, GTA 6 risks losing the very essence of what makes open-world games so captivating. The game would feel more like a static playground rather than a living, breathing world. Players might quickly lose interest, as the game would offer less variety and depth in gameplay. Rockstar Games has always been at the forefront of innovation in gaming. For GTA 6 to succeed and surpass its predecessors, it's crucial that they continue to evolve their NPC interactions, making them more dynamic and integral to the gameplay experience. Non-interactive NPCs would be a step back for the franchise and for open-world games as a whole. So what do you think? Do you agree that interactive NPCs are essential for GTA 6? Filler missions. You know, I've been thinking, why should GTA 6 have filler missions? I mean, those missions that just seem to be there to pad out the game. They don't add anything to the story. They don't develop the characters. And honestly, they can be a repetitive mess. I feel like it's a cheap tactic to make a game longer, without adding any real substance. I'm all for side missions. They're cool. They give us a break from the main storyline, offer some unique experiences, and sometimes they even add depth to the world of the game. But when I'm asked to do the same thing over and over again with no real purpose? Nah, that's not my style. Unnecessary realism. Now don't get me wrong, I love when games add a touch of reality. It can make the experience more immersive and relatable. But there's a fine line between realism that enhances gameplay and realism that just becomes, well, a bit too real. First off, let's talk about the good stuff. Realism can make a game world feel alive. It's the little things, like dynamic weather, realistic traffic patterns, and NPCs with daily routines that make you feel like you're part of a living, breathing city. But here's where it gets tricky. Imagine you're deep in a mission, the adrenaline's pumping, and suddenly, your character needs to sleep for 8 hours to avoid a debuff. Or what if you had to file virtual taxes for your in-game businesses? That's not fun, that's just life. And I play games to escape, not to get another job. So, where do we draw the line? It's all about balance. Games should challenge us, sure, but they shouldn't feel like a chore. We want to steal cars and pull off heists, not worry about our character's dental hygiene. In conclusion, while realism has its place, game developers need to remember why we play games: for enjoyment, escapism, and the thrill of doing things we can't or shouldn't do in real life. So, GTA 6, by all means give us a realistic world, but keep the gameplay fun and let us live our wildest fantasies without the mundane tasks of everyday life. And these are some features I hope GTA 6 don't have. Ending one won't piss off much, but others surely will. I want GTA 6 to be literal best game of all time. Can Rockstar do it? Well, we will see. For now, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you in the next video.